The exact measurement or percentage, as I must say, is 2.9% of people from the ages of 20 to 29 die globally yearly. Now you're thinking, that's not most people. That's not everybody that dies. Everybody deceased in their 20s. Yes, I don't mean physically that we all in our 20s die. Mentally, most people die in their 20s. 2.9% is about 1.79 million a year. There's 8 billion people on this planet. So that's really a small, microscopic, percentage of the population. People in their 20s never evolve mentally, spiritually. If you ever seen the movie The Matrix, Morpheus told Neo, he says, we normally don't awake people once they hit around the age of 15, if I'm not mistaken. It was at 15, around the age of 50, because their minds is too far gone and they're locked into reality. So changing it never go good. They normally psych out because they can't accept the world for what it's truly not, what it truly is. You gotta awaken the mind at a younger age. I used to read certain things talking about your pineal gland, how most people think the world is a certain way and believe everything that they've been told, and they live the average life that they've been taught to live. So if anybody with true knowledge of how the world works was to come and change your whole perspective of belief, you would crumble, you would combust, explode. And most people in their 20s are solidified on how they're going to be for the rest of their life. Not saying that people don't evolve, not saying people don't change, because it's definitely possible people do change, but a lot of people stay the same. Bro, I know so many people. My daddy used to tell me, it's people from when he was in high school, around 18 years old to 20, that's never left our city, and they still talk about their glory days of high school, how they were just the man and all this and that. They never left the city. They never explored the world. So in their minds, that city is all they know. There's some people that are born in a rough upbringing, where they in the projects, they might be gang banging or whatever, and in the streets, and they die in the streets, and at such a young age, in their 20s or whatever, and they never got to really experience life. That's all they knew. And it's crazy to think that was just your whole life experience caught up in to be BS, And I know a lot of people are just gonna be stuck and locked in their mental chains. Like, a lot of people just gonna get 9-to-5 jobs and never explore. Like, I just seen something that said the 9-to-5 is more addictive than any drug there's ever been, because people are content with the continuous paycheck that they're getting. You're always gonna continuously get whatever set amount bi-weekly. Every week you're gonna be like, I want to do more of that, but I gotta go to work. I'm happy with this check. A lot of people don't take risks. That's why everybody's not meant to be successful. You got to be able to take the risk. You got to be able to believe in yourself to do something. I feel like a lot of people in their 20s is also stuck in a certain way. They go to college, and I just had this conversation with one of my friends, because there's nothing wrong with this. Like, go to college, have fun, party, drink, whatever, sleep around, graduate. Some people use their degrees, some people don't. Some people get a good old job after college, and then they work till they 60, retirement. Even though inflation is always increasing, so technically, is it really a true retirement? Are you really gonna truly have that much money? That's why you gotta have assets that can make you money. Why not grind for 2 to 5 years and believe in yourself and get you a business, instead of relying on corporate and you making money for someone else who grinded for that same amount of time and built that same business company that you're now working for, and you're at the helm of them at all times? Because I seen it with my own father. Like, my dad used to tell me, whenever your boss say you're done, you're done. Like, you nothing. You're like an insect to them. Shoot, like a fly. Get up out of here. And it could be nothing you did wrong. They just want to cut down cost or something, And a lot of people don't understand that mindset. And it's like I said, there's nothing wrong with wanting to just get a job. Some people don't have the mindset to run their own business. I have a friend that told me that she don't want the responsibility. It's kind of crazy to say that out loud if you to with a mind like mine, like cause at the end of the day, you just want to be a worker. You're just an ant. I look at it like, or a bee, the bee colony. There's a queen bee. She chooses who the king or whatever, and then there's just worker bees, worker ants. You built this home for me, and that's all you're gonna be to the day you're not here no more. And a lot of people are in that mindset. They don't really have no evolution. They don't really see themselves changing. You know, I feel like everybody that's had that spark to change always had it deep down within them. If you ever heard the term, some people just NPCs, like are y'all not real? Like, that's how I be thinking, at least. I feel like a lot of people, my peers, they're just mentally gone, like consumed by this social media, internet, what they see, and get up and just provide. Mind you, we were put in this system like for trade, to provide money, bills, even though all of us was born on this planet. But somebody monopolized it. Somebody got put in power because hierarchies always existed. Because it's the human ego. Someone wants to be better than the other. But what I can say, truly though, about other 20-year-olds, they are their own like species, because that's why people like talk so highly of like going as hard as you can while you're young, so then you retire or don't have to do nothing when you're older. Now, some people, like, I have a friend of mine, he told me that money ain't the end all be all for him. He wants to make a public political change in the system. And for someone like him, money can't be the big factor. He wants to go infiltrate the system and just be great in terms of that. So he has to, you know, not really care, because he has a true passion to want to reform. And I don't know if his idea of reform is the best, because I talked to another friend of mine who's on that same wavelength. He doesn't think it is, but then again, you know, at least he's passionate. He truly knows what he wants to do. And that's just how I feel about that. I just look to a lot of my peers, and I just hope, you know, that they can bring out the mental change of the world. Because at the end of the day, I look at everything as a false reality in general. We all live in an illusion, and it's up to you to, that's what manifestation is. Conjure your illusion, conjure your reality, pull it out the ether and create whatever you want in your life, because it's possible. Mentally, first law of the universe is mentalism. Scroll on my channel like 8-9 months ago, I talked about that book. It's the Kabbalah. But on that note, all my people, keep expanding, keep evolving, because that's what you're meant to do in life. Never stop evolving. You always want to learn, because that's what the experience is about.